I was driving home late, the kind of late where the roads feel empty and unreal. The dash clock said 1:17 a.m. The sky was black. The trees were just taller shadows. My phone was face down in the cup holder. I did not want to look at it. I wanted one simple thing: a quiet ride and a clean end to the day. The radio was on low. A soft song, then a talk show, then static. I tapped the scan button. Stations slid past like streetlights. Most of them were weak out here, some cut in and out. I kept scanning anyway, just to have something in the background. Then the sound dropped out. Not music, not static, just nothing. A flat, hollow silence, like the speaker had stopped being real. The silence lasted longer than it should have. I glanced at the radio display. The frequency was still there, glowing. The volume was still up. The car was still moving, but the speaker gave me nothing at all. A thin hiss crept in, like a breath through teeth. Static, but gentle. Then a voice spoke, calm and clean, like an emergency test. Not loud, not dramatic, almost polite. Attention, driver on Route 9, mile marker 42, reduce speed. My hands tightened on the wheel. I was on Route 9. The mile marker sign for 41 had passed less than a minute ago. There was no reason for a station to know that. The voice continued, steady as a metronome. Do not change lanes. Do not stop. Remain in the right lane. My first thought was that it was a prank. My second thought was worse. It sounded like it was talking only to me. I eased off the gas. The road ahead was empty, but my skin said otherwise. The static rose and fell, as if the voice was standing behind it. Hazard ahead, the voice said. 2 minutes. Stay right. I wanted to laugh. I wanted to shut the radio off, but something in me did not move. It was the same feeling you get when a deer freezes at the edge of the road. A simple instinct. Do not make a sudden choice. I watched the next mile marker. 42 was coming. The voice was quiet for a beat, then added, Your left headlight is dim. Do not adjust it. My stomach dropped. That was true. I had noticed it last week. I had meant to fix it and never did. No one else would say that. Not like this. I reached for the volume knob, then stopped. If I turned it up, I was leaning in. If I turned it down, I was still listening. Mile marker 42 slid past my window. A second later I saw it. A dark shape in the left lane. A stopped car. No hazard lights. Just a dead hunk of metal. Right behind it, a truck swerved hard, tires screaming, trying not to hit it. The truck missed the stopped car by inches. It crossed into the right lane, straight toward me. My heart jumped into my throat. I gripped the wheel and held my line, exactly like the voice told me. The truck shot past my front bumper, so close I felt the wind slap the car. Then it fishtailed back left and disappeared into the dark. I did not crash. I did not even touch the brakes. I drove through the danger like it was already mapped. The radio hissed again. The voice returned, soft as a clerk behind a counter. Hazard avoided. I breathed out in a shaky rush. My hands were sore from how hard I had held the wheel. I was angry after that. Angry at the fear. Angry at the help. Angry that help felt like a hook. I reached for the power button and clicked the radio off. The display went dark. The cabin felt quieter, but not safer. 2 seconds later, the speaker crackled. The voice came back, even with the radio off. Do not power down, it said. Dead air is active. I stared at the blank display. I clicked the power button again. Nothing changed. The voice was still there, riding on a low, steady hiss. My mouth went dry. I wanted to speak, to say, what is this? Or who are you? But I remembered every scary story I'd ever heard. The ones where the worst thing you can do is answer. The voice waited, patient. Then it said, good. Keep quiet. That line hit me hard, like it was pleased. A new sound slipped in under the static. Not the calm voice. Another voice. Faint, broken, like a call on a bad line. Don't. Don't. The whisper tried to say. It sounded close. Too close. Like it was inside the car, not the radio. The calm voice kept talking over it, smooth and steady. Continue to mile marker 47. Do not exit. The whisper pushed again, ragged and scared. Don't listen. Don't. Then the static snapped sharp. The whisper vanished like a candle in wind. My pulse hammered in my ears. I checked my mirrors. The road behind me was empty. No headlights, no cars. Just darkness and the thin white lines on the pavement. I didn't know who that whisper was, but it didn't sound like a prank. It sounded like a person drowning, and the calm voice had stepped right on top of it, like it owned the line. I kept driving. I told myself I was doing it for safety, but the truth was simple. I was scared to make any move the voice did not expect. The next few miles felt longer than the whole drive before it. The radio stayed low, hissing like it was holding its breath. At mile marker 46, the calm voice spoke again. Prepare to exit in 1 mile. I blinked. It had just told me not to exit. Now it wanted me to. My throat tightened. I could not tell if this was a correction or a trap. The highway signs came into view. An exit ramp, dim and narrow, leading into trees. The voice stayed calm. Exit. Now. Vehicle with no lights ahead. Avoid contact. I did not see any car ahead. No lights, no shape. But I had not seen the stopped car either, until it was too late. I took the ramp. The moment my tires hit the rougher road, the static eased, like I had stepped out of a pressure zone. I pulled into a small gas station a few miles off the highway. It was open, but empty. One worker behind bulletproof glass. A bright white light buzzing over the pumps. No music, no chatter. I parked and shut the engine off. For a second, the car was still. Then the radio speaker hissed again. The calm voice returned, softer than ever. You have been identified, it said. I felt cold all over. Identified sounded official, like a file had been opened. The voice continued. Do not transmit for 24 hours. Do not record. Do not replay. A pause. Then almost gentle. Do not say the station name. I did not even know the station name, but the warning made me feel like I should. Then it said my name. Not loud, not threatening, just sure, like it had always known it. The static swelled, and under it, that faint whisper returned for one last breath. Write it down. The radio went silent. Real silent this time. Inside the glove box, I found an old notebook and a pen. I opened to a blank page and wrote the date, the time, the mile markers, and every line I could remember. Because if the dead air could talk, I needed proof that I had not imagined it. And if it came back, I needed rules.